Do you know who Sojourner Truth is? Well, if you don't, this is the video for you. Sojourner Truth was an African American woman who helped end slavery and supported women's equal rights. Today, we are going to travel back in time to hear her give her famous speech. But first, I have to tell you a little bit about her. She was born in 1797 in Ulster County, New York. But her given name was Isabella Baumfree. She had many owners, and at the age of 9, she was sold to John Neely with a flock of sheep for $100. In 1810, she was sold to John DeMont. He promised her freedom, but never came through to that promise. When she was older, she had 4 kids named Peter, James, Elizabeth, and Sophia. In 1826, Sojourner walked away and left her other kids, but took Sophia with her as an infant. On the way, she met Isaac and Maria Van Wagen, and they paid $20 to keep her and her infant. She learned that her 5-year-old son was illegally sold. Isaac and Maria helped her take DeMont to court. She was one of the first African American women to win a fight in court against a white man. In 1843, she changed her name to Sojourner Truth because God spoke to her and gave her the gift of speed. She chose Sojourner because it means speed, and she added truth because she always wants to tell the truth to everybody, no matter where they come from or how they look. She began preaching and joined a group for abolition to end slavery and women's rights. In 1851, she went with George Thompson and gave the speech we are going to travel to, Ain't I a Woman? Now we are going to travel in time with this magical watch by the touch of my finger. Well, children, where is there so much racket? There must be something out of the kilter. I think that twist, the Negroes of the South and the women of the North, all talking about race. The white man will be in a fix pretty soon. But what's all this here talking about? That man over there says women need help into carriages and lifted over ditches and have to have the best place everywhere. Nobody helps. Nobody ever helps me into carriages or over mud puddles or gives me any best place. And ain't I a woman? Look at me. Look at my arm. I have plowed and placed and gathered into barns, and no man could heed me. And ain't I a woman? I could work as much and eat as much as a man when I could get it, and bear the lash as well. And ain't I a woman? I have borne 13 children and seen most of them sold to slavery. And when I cried out with mother's grief, none but Jesus heard me. And ain't I a woman? Then talk about this thing in the head, what they call it?
Intellect.
That's it, honey. What they got to do with women's rights rights are Negroes' rights. If my cup won't hold but a pint and yours holds a quarter, wouldn't you be mean not to let me have my little half measure full? Then that little man in the back there says women can't have as much rights as men 'cause Christ wasn't a woman. Where did your Christ come from? Where did your Christ come from? From God and a woman. Man had nothing to do with him. If the first woman God ever made was strong enough to turn the world upside down, all alone, these women together out to be able to turn it back and get it right side up again. And now they is asking to do it, then men better let them. Or go to you from hear me, and now old Sojourner ain't got nothing more to say. Whoa, everyone, welcome back. Wasn't that speech amazing? Oh, let's give thanks to Sojourner Truth because she helped slavery end and she supported women's equal rights. You might be wondering why I am wearing white. Well, I'm wearing white because there is women out there who are wearing white and supporting that everybody has equal rights. And I'm wearing white to acknowledge them standing out there and supporting that everyone has equal rights.